What's going on, people? Welcome back to another Premier League predictions for game week 4. Now, I know the lighting is a bit crazy in here. I've been having trouble with it lately. Believe me, with the curtains shut, it's actually better. So even though it's still dark on the footage, it's better than the glare you get when the curtains are open. So bear with it. We're here for the content. We're here for the info. We're here for the predictions, not the bells and whistles. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. First up, Friday night, kick off the game week. 8 o'clock, Luton Town versus West Ham. West Ham, brilliant start to the season. Credit to Moyes. I thought they were going to struggle this season. Obviously, there's only a few games been played so far, so there's a long way to go, but they've got off to a really good start. And Luton, I think they're going to struggle this year. I've predicted them to get relegated. And I think it'll be no different in this result. Again, first game at home for them, so that could give them a boost and a bit of belief. But I think the way West Ham are playing, they have too much quality. I've gone with a 3-1 away win to West Ham. Starting off Saturday's games then, 12:30 kick-off. We've got Sheffield United versus Everton. I've actually gone with a home win for Sheffield in this one. 2-0 against Everton, who are struggling already again. I think they're going to be, if they survive, I think they'll do it just by scraping it. They've got off to a horrendous start again. And Sheffield, I think, have played some decent football so far. They just haven't got the results. I think they'll get 3 points in this one. So, Sheffield United, 2-0 home win. Starting off the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we got Brentford versus Bournemouth. I think this is going to be quite tight. I think Brentford at home are very tough to get a result against. And I think Bournemouth don't always get the credit they should. They haven't started brilliantly this year, but I think that they will do enough to survive. I'm going with a 1-goal difference in this one. 2 Brentford, 2-1. Burnley versus Tottenham. I'm going with an away win to Tottenham, who I've got to say I've been impressed with so far. There's only been 3 games played, obviously, so there's a long way to go. But I don't know how you say his name, Postecoglou or something like that. I don't know. But you know what I mean, the Tottenham manager. He's done a brilliant job since he's gone in there. Just lost Kane, obviously, but I think it's actually helped the squad overall. They've got a good blend of youth and experience. I've been very impressed with Sarr in the midfield. And Basuma's got off to a flying start as well. I've been impressed with them, as I said. I like that. What is it? The guy at the back. I don't know if it's Yakogi or Yagoki, something like that. Left back. I've been very impressed with him. As I said, pleasantly surprised by Tottenham. Burnley struggling so far under company. I think they will survive, and I think they will get results this year. But I can't see it in this one, even though they're at home. I've gone with a 2-0 away win to Tottenham. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. Interesting one. I think Forest, another team that don't get the credit they should. I think they'll be fine this season. Obviously, United just edged them out 3-2. But Awoniyi's on fire, continuing his end of season form from last year. He's gone into this new season firing again. Gibbs-White, Johnson, they got a good squad. Chelsea obviously getting a good win against Luton. I did predict 3-0 for that as well, and they really did hit form in that game. Raheem Sterling, obviously he'll be looking to carry on his goal scoring run from that game. But I've gone with a 1-1 draw in this. At Stamford Bridge, they could win it and probably should, but I think Forest, as I said, very underrated, don't get the credit they should. And I think they're a lot more difficult than people give them credit for. So for that reason, I still think Chelsea have got a way to go in terms of just gelling as a unit. So I'm going for a draw, 1-1. Man City versus Fulham. I've gone with a 3-0 home win to City in this one. I know Fulham just got a big result against Arsenal at the Emirates, but I think City will have too much quality. And I just see them punishing Fulham. I don't think Fulham are going to have the firepower. They might get a goal, but I can't see them not conceding and getting a point in this. So I've gone 3-0 at the Etihad, 3-0 Man City. Brighton versus Newcastle at 5:30 to finish off Saturday's games, I think could be the game of the weekend. And I think there'll be a lot of goals, and I've gone with 1 goal difference in it to decide it. I've gone with away side Newcastle in a 3-2 away win. Brighton obviously getting a shock result against West Ham, losing. I don't think a lot of people predicted that. And they're going to be looking to go into that Newcastle game and getting the 3 points to get revenge of that. Just to get over that 3 points they lost against West Ham. So I think it's going to be tough. I could see this game going either way. It could be a draw, but I've gone with an away win to Newcastle, which is not easy to do going to Brighton, but I think Newcastle have got the depth and the quality to do it, and I think that they will just edge this one. I'm going 3-2. Sunday's games then, 2 o'clock kickoff, we've got Crystal Palace versus Wolves. I've gone with a home win to Palace in this, 2-0. I think Hodgson's doing a great job there since he's come back in. They just need a striker. If they get a proper striker in, they'll be banging goals, and I think that they create a lot anyway. They just don't always have that finishing product. So I do think they need a striker, but I feel against Wolves, who are struggling a bit this season. I know they just beat Everton, but I can't see them going to Palace and getting a result, to be honest. So I've gone with a 2-0 home win to Palace. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. Núñez obviously bagging 2 crucial goals against Newcastle to get the win the other night for Liverpool. If he can continue that, it's only going to help them. It's going to be interesting to see how he does this year. I've got a bet with my son as well on Núñez for the amount of goals he gets from when the end of the season finishes. So I'm keeping a close eye on him for that reason alone. But he took his 2 goals really well the other night against Newcastle, because last season they would have been near the corner flag. So props to him. Villa up and down a little bit, but just coming off a win themselves again. I'm going with a draw, 2-2. And lastly, for this game week, guys, we got a big one on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff. Arsenal versus Manchester United. I think United's biggest rivals because of the history with Wenger and Ferguson, and I've mentioned it a lot before. Unfortunately for us, though, I don't think it's the right time to be playing them, especially at the Emirates. I haven't got a lot of confidence going into this. I know we're coming off a win, Arsenal coming off a draw, so the confidence and the momentum should favour us, but being the away side, I don't think we are anywhere near what Arsenal are at the moment in terms of fluidity, chemistry, overall good vibes and feel around the club. I think it's going to be too much of an ask at the Emirates against Arsenal. As much as it pains me to say, I've gone with a 3-0 Arsenal win because I've gone with my head over my heart. Hopefully we can get at least a point, if not 3 points, but I can't see it going to Arsenal and getting a result. So, yeah, 3-0 Arsenal. Hope I'm wrong. Let me know yours in the comments, guys. Enjoy the weekend's football, and I'll catch you soon.